What's up, YouTube? This is MathWiz97 and welcome back to my SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 General Manager mode. We're here for the May 31st edition of SmackDown in Blackpool, England. And looking at the match card, we see the usual shtick. Rene Dupree losing in the 3-on-1 jobber handicap match. Eddie Guerrero lost to Kane in singles competition, so the new tag team champions continue their momentum. Rob Van Dam, the former Cruiserweight champion, knocks off Kurt Angle. And in the main event, Bret Hart makes his debut against the Viper, Randy Orton. But first off, we're kicking things off. The United States champion Edge will be in action against Carlito, Caribbean Cool. Man, imagine if Carlito had stuck with that entire name for his career. That would have been something. But anyways, we have Carlito here. We get to see his entrance for the first time in the series. As like I said, the next few episodes I want to kind of try to, well, I mean, the past few episodes along with, you know, the next couple, I'm going to try to showcase the rest of the superstars who haven't quite gotten their matches on, you know, actually showcased in the episode, so we'll see how that goes in the future. But tonight, it's a big night. We're coming off the Judgment Day pay-per-view, so we gotta have a successful show. We have to try to build off the ratings we just gained from Judgment Day. And as well, we have the debut of Bret Hart. That's something to be happy about. Something to excite the fans watching at home. Oh, and a low blow by Edge right off the bat. But of course, the referees don't call low blows in this game for some reason. I don't understand it. But hey, I guess it's the ruthless aggression era, so that's all the justification it needs. As we can see right now, Edge has quickly gained momentum early on in this matchup, as he's got Carlito backed into a corner, but Carlito, nice counter. So yes, Bret Hart makes his debut here tonight, and seeing as Triple H retained the World Heavyweight Championship on the last episode at the pay-per-view, we're going to give him the night off here tonight. I did one of those inactive superstar promos, so that way Triple H is not going to lose any popularity, but he gets a night off to recover, you know, recuperate from the pay-per-view, and not get injured, because that would be catastrophic. We can't have our world champion getting injured. He's our most valued commodity. He's a huge entity here on SmackDown, so we gotta treat him with respect. We gotta be extra careful, because if you lose your world champion, then your entire show just falls apart, and we can't have that happen. Even though Edge is the United States champion, is undefeated in singles competition to this point. So, Edge, you know, we still get to have our United States champion competing here tonight. And Edge is... Wait a minute, look at this execution already to Carlito. And now, Edge, well, looks like he's going to try to put Carlito away very quickly in this matchup, as he's setting him up for the spear right there. Good night, Carlito. Edge, he's going to walk out of this one with a quick victory. Hooks the leg. Well, doesn't hook the leg, but it doesn't matter. 3 kick. You're joking, right? Okay, I guess it was a bit early in the matchup, but I mean, still, 2 finishers should have been enough to put Carlito away. I guess I just miscalculated the mechanics of this game. I guess there should have been a bit more damage done to Carlito before that. So this match is still going on. Somehow Carlito kicked out of both of Edge's finishers. I'm going to have a tough one shrugging that. I'm going to have a tough time shrugging that one off. But yes, Bret Hart making his debut. We're coming off Judgment Day, and as well, with there being a new superstar, I was able to use the new superstar promo to hype up Hart's debut. And Triple H, of course, getting the night off. Although Kurt Angle, he did not get the night off. He lost to Rob Van Dam. But still, we got to be careful with Kurt Angle as well, because Iron Man matches give a lot of fatigue. But I would think, you know, matches like Last Man Standing, Hell in the Cell, they're going to give more And I think Kurt Angle and Triple H already had a little bit of fatigue from the hardcore tag team match heading into Judgment Day. So, yeah, we got to give at least one of them the night off, and giving them both the night off wouldn't be very good for ratings, because not only would Kurt Angle's popularity not be a factor because he wouldn't be on the show, but Bret Hart's new superstar hype wouldn't be there, so the main event rating would have been kind of lackluster. So, I don't know, it works out. Just as long as Kurt Angle doesn't get injured after this episode, we'll be okay. As Carlito now fighting Edge off there. As here we go. Carlito setting him up for a back suplex. No! A reverse atomic drop there. Well, I mean, if it's effective, it works. But Edge now with a huge spinning wheel kick to the face. And now Edge. Wait, Carlito ducks it. Oh, but Edge again connects with the spinning kick. And that busted Carlito open. Oh, but Carlito with a low blow. He can't capitalize, though, as he's been busted open, and he's taken damage there. He could perhaps have a concussion, but he was unable to capitalize. Edge went for that kick again. And, I mean, hey, if it's not broke, don't fix it. I mean, obviously, that kick is getting the job done here. Could give Carlito a concussion, perhaps, as Edge just back on the assault, just relentless here with these strikes to the face. But Carlito, again, a shot to the ribs. He's able to duck behind Edge here, perhaps trying to go on the assault now. Christian, of course, at ringside here, watching as his best friend Edge defends that United States Championship with pride. Even though it's a non-title match, still, Edge, he's undefeated. He's got to keep that winning streak going as he plants Carlito face first off the electric chair. And now, Carlito, you're done, son. Execution DDT. And that's gonna finish it. Please. 2 count. This time Edge gets the win. No garbage kick out like it happened earlier. No, this time Edge with the execution finishes it off. And I guess with these older games, that was always kind of an issue, is that the finisher never... I mean, you could build up a finisher fairly easily in these older games, and they didn't quite have the same amount of impact as they do in games like WWE 2K14 or 2K15, where, you know, it takes a few minutes to build up a finisher, and then by the time you hit that, you've inflicted, most of the time, you've inflicted enough damage that it's enough to finish them off. Whereas in these kind of games, you can, I mean, we saw Edge, he had a full bar, bar momentum in what, like, a minute or so? I mean, it was very quick. I remember this one time in SmackDown vs. Raw 2009, I was playing like a beat the clock challenge, and with Randy Orton, I defeated somebody in like 40-something seconds, just because I spammed the attack on the head, and the momentum got built up so fast that I was just able to finish him off with an RKO. And that's just, I don't know, just a bit of a, I don't know, just things I've been noticing as I go back and play these older games I used to play as a kid. You're just kind of noticing different things. And we have a bit of a test of strength here between Orton and Bret Hart, but it's Orton with a disrespectful kick to the gut. Well, welcome to SmackDown, Bret Hart. This is what you're going to have to deal with. As Orton now delivers an uppercut. It's Orton going on the attack early on, but Bret Hart now, well, Orton ducks a kick, delivers 2 of his own. As at the moment, you know, Bret Hart, he's struggling a little bit. Wait a minute. Roll up by Randy Orton. He could have Bret Hart right here. 2 count. Oh, wow. Imagine that. If Bret Hart... See, look at that. Orton, it's like 30 seconds in. He's already got a full bar of momentum. But imagine that. Bret Hart getting defeated in 30 seconds by a Randy Orton roll-up. That definitely would have been a... wait a minute. RKO by Orton. Already out. I mean, 40 seconds into the matchup, Randy Orton's got an RKO in. Of course, Bret's going to make it back to his feet. Orton has barely done anything. But still, Randy Orton, you can just see the desperation as he's trying to finish off Bret Hart early. Especially after the loss to Batista last night at last episode at Judgment Day. Just 5 days prior to this episode of SmackDown. Randy Orton, he's desperate to get another win. He has to get back on the winning track. As Bret Hart now perhaps targeting the arm of Orton there. But Orton delivers a shot to the gut. Now ducks out of the ring here. And Orton just exuding arrogance here. Oh, but Bret Hart delivers a clothesline. And now Orton is able to step out of the way. But Bret Hart with a counter. Running Bulldog there by Bret, the Hitman Hart. So let's see, now as we take a look at some of the superstars we have on the roster, we're looking at least in terms of the world title picture, Kurt Angle, he's going to be dropped out of the #1 contender scene now that he's lost to not only Triple H, but he did suffer another loss to Rob Van Dam earlier on. So we take a look, perhaps Bret Hart, depending on what kind of an impact he makes, could find himself in the world title division fairly quickly. Randy Orton as well is another potential contender, although losing to Batista is going to knock him down a peg. But then we have Batista, who won his match at Judgment Day. So I'd have to say at the moment, Batista appears to be #1 in the world title rankings. But let me think, is there anybody else? I mean, Big Show and Kane are now the tag team champions. Benoit, he's going to be nowhere near the title picture now that he's lost to Edge. He's got a while to go. We've got the tag team, former tag team champions, Chavo and Eddie. They're going to be going back after the tag team titles, so I wouldn't expect either of them to be in the world title picture anytime soon. As we can see, Bret Hart delivers a nice spine buster there to Randy Orton. And now Bret looking to try to wear down the leg of Orton. Try to set Orton up for the sharpshooter here. And Bret Hart's going to have to break the count there as Orton able to get a rope break. As Orton now with a nice knife edge chop. That knocked Bret Hart out of his boots for a second. But Bret Hart back on the attack. Oh, he was looking for a DDT, but Orton was able to block it with his leg there. And then sweep out Bret Hart from underneath, sweep Bret Hart's legs out from underneath him. And now it's Orton who's on the offensive here. Oh, what a kick to the gut of Bret Hart. As Randy Orton now. We saw earlier he was kind of trying to take his time, trying to distance himself from Bret Hart. But now that the cards appear to be more in his favor, he's trying to go on the attack. Elbow to the side of the head of Bret Hart. And here's Orton. Side Russian leg sweep there. I apologize for that. Bret Hart now kicking Orton away here. As Bret Hart delivers a punch right to the face of Orton. Now one to the gut. Can he hit the DDT? No, this time he goes for a snap suplex. I guess he learned his lesson. The DDT didn't work, so instead he went for a suplex. Oh, but a clothesline by Orton. May have just taken Bret Hart's head off right there. As now Bret Hart's in trouble. But he delivers a kick to the gut. But Orton not allowing Bret Hart to mount any sustained offense. As Orton now throwing Bret Hart into the corner. And here's Orton. Look at this. Oh, wait a minute. Sunset flip. Well, not exactly, but a roll-up nonetheless by Orton. 2 count. And, oh, another close fall there. Another near fall for Orton. Bret Hart almost got beat yet again. And this time Bret Hart hits the DDT. And follows it up with a drop kick to the back of Randy Orton. And now a punch to the back of the head of Orton. But Orton counters. Delivers 2 elbows to the face. And now counter by Bret Hart as he wraps up the arm of Orton. And here's Orton now, delivers a knee to the gut, punch to the gut, and again Randy Orton with the RKO out of nowhere. And that could be it. Bret Hart could be done here. 1, 2, 3. Randy Orton has upset Bret Hart in his debut. Wow. I thought for sure that Bret Hart making his debut to SmackDown was going to win. But it does not appear to be the case as Randy Orton scores the win over the Hitman here tonight. And that's just going to boost Randy Orton's already massive ego even more. As we can see, it's in the news. Bret Hart signing to SmackDown. We managed to gain 10,000 fans from the episode of SmackDown, on top of what we gained from Judgment Day, which I'd say is pretty impressive. We got a 3-star show rating, 2.5-star opening match, 2-star tag team, 2.5-star handicap, 3-star, 3-star, and a 3-star main event. So that's a pretty solid show. Raw had a 2.5-star, and yeah, their match card. They did have a 4-star main event, but you know, their undercard didn't exactly match up to the rest of their show. So as we can see, we take a look at our roster now, see our morale, our popularity. You can see Triple H staying stagnant, so we managed to not lose anything there. Bret Hart and Orton's popularity went up, so maybe it worked out for the best that Orton got the win here tonight. So we can see RVD, he's happy for the recent push, so we're going to extend his contract a little bit. And Orton still wants that title shot. Well, we'll see. We'll see how that works. So here's a kind of brief glimpse of the contracts we've got at the moment. So we do have to extend a few of them, as they are kind of getting close to that deadline. Only 4 weeks left, so we got to be careful. And also we got to manage our budget, because this is the point where cash starts to become, you know, it starts to... We don't have the same kind of budget that we had in the beginning of the series, because contracts are starting to run out, so we got to spend there. And then with pay-per-view stipulations, I got to be sure that we're running more advertising promos over the next few weeks. But that's it for this episode. I want to thank you all for watching, and until next time, keep on YouTubing.